Hello. With the coronation of King Charles just around the corner, here's a really quick and simple decoration that you can use either to decorate a party or to sell or give away as promotion to local businesses, anything that you really care to use. It's really basic with just the two main colours, no, three. 1, 2, 3, I can't count. Main colours being Sempertex Fashion White, Fashion Red, Fashion Blue. Clusters of 4, so nothing complicated, and we're going to build it on the ubiquitous lamp base, which I've set to about 5 feet, 1.2, 1.5 metres tall. We're going to start with a cluster of 4 12-inch balloons which are inflated to 9 inches and wrap those onto the base of the pole. And then on top of that, a further cluster of 4 inflated to 7 inches. I'm using 2 whites, 1 red, 1 blue in each cluster so that we get a nice spiral. And then on top of that, a cluster of 5-inch inflated to 4.5. These go onto there like so, and I'm spiralling the colours round so that we get a nice sense of movement. Then to cover the rest of the pole, I'm going to use 260s, which I've inflated almost to the end. Just leave a little bit for leeway. Let a bit of air out so that they're a little bit softer, tied into dupe bits and wrap into a cluster so that it matches your round balloons here. Pull that underneath this cluster of 5-inch balloons and just wrap it onto the pole, and then arrange the balloons so that they follow the same pattern, and then pull them up between the 5-inch balloons. That will anchor them nice and firmly onto the pole so that when we spiral them onto the pole, they don't all spin round and round and round. And then what we need to do is to wrap these in a spiral pattern around the pole. And the way I like to do it is to put my fingers between the balloons like this and then just pass the balloons through my fingers as they go. So I don't actually move my hands around in a spiral. I pass the balloons around so that they spiral around the pole. I'm just going to put it down onto the floor so that I can continue. I'm going to stop about 3 inches or so below the top of the pole, which I have actually covered with an uninflated balloon there just to protect. That red one's a little out of place, so let's just, oh, I've got slightly confused. There we go, that's better. When you get to the point where you want to stop, twist 2 balloons together like that, and then twist the other 2. And then take 1 from each of those twists and twist those so that you're really locking them in place. A few more twists to be absolutely certain, and then you can deflate the bits that you don't want and use that just to be absolutely certain that they're not going to untwist. And then tie these off nice and tight. There and there. And then you can remove any unwanted parts of the balloon. So that's now firmly attached and in no danger of unravelling. Going to finish the pole off now with 3 more clusters. This is 5-inch balloons inflated to 4 inches, and I should just wrap those onto the pole. I'm going to try and arrange them so that the spiral continues. Then more 5-inch balloons inflated to 4.5 inches, which will go very close to the top of the pole. There. Not quite. In a minute. That's better. And then the top of the pole is kind of recessed inside this top cluster. And to finish it off, we're going to top it with the Amscan Gold Crown balloon. A last cluster of 5-inch balloons inflated to 5 inches. And I'm going to pull the tail of the balloon tightly through the middle of the cluster there. And then wrap it backwards and forwards, in and out, round and round, so that this cluster is firmly attached to the bottom of the balloon. And then I can use one of the necks to put that onto the top of the pole. And I find that's a much firmer way of attaching the topper to the column. When you haven't got an awful lot of depth, trying to attach it in with an uninflated 260 or an elastic band or anything like that could be quite tricky, but doing it this way, it's nice and firmly fixed. I want to add some glitzy gold detail to this. So I've inflated 4 more 260s, this time in Reflex Gold, and I'm going to weave these into a chain. So tie them together into pairs like that, put one underneath through like that, and then twist these two just together like that. Then bring these two down, and twist those, and then those two down, and twist those, and just keep repeating all the way to the end of the balloons, so that you can make yourself a nice long gold chain. When you get to the end, if you want it longer than you will get from a single balloon, it's very simple just to tie in extra balloons and just continue. Rather than bore you all to tears with making the entire thing, this is the finished article, a nice long chain of balloons there. And I'm going to tie this using a uninflated 260 there into the top, like so. Just wrap that around a few times to make sure it's nice and secure. And then take the chain, wrap it around, like so, and into the base down here. Again, another uninflated 260, pull it in and wrap it round. And then the last detail is a standard Union Jack foil, piece of 260 on the end, plug it in there. And your design's finished.